Coming up on UCF Nightly News.
Nightly News is digging to find out more about the unfair pay gap between men and women in the DJ industry.
And learn more about a new test that will reshape college admissions.
Plus, find out how people are betting on sports in Florida despite legal challenges.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon, Knights, and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Christian Felt.
And I'm Okelo Pena. Today is November 5th, 2021.
Reporter Jessica Tucciaroni is at Spirit Splash this afternoon as students rush into the reflecting pond. Hey Jessica, were you able to catch an exclusive rubber duck?
Hi Christian and Okelo. Although I wasn't able to snag one of those cute little ducks, I was able to grab this year's homecoming shirt. Although that this year's theme hasn't been confirmed, I think it's safe to say that space will be our theme. Right now I'm at the reflecting pond where students are anxiously waiting for this year's Spirit Splash. I spoke to a few homecoming volunteers and they told me that the 1:25 scheduled of the duck throwing might be pushed back to a little bit later in the day because of the weather and current thunder that's in the area. I spoke to a few students and they told me that they're really excited for this year's throwing of the ducks, even though there's bad weather in the area. Jessica Tucciaroni at the Reflecting Pond, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jessica. Be sure to stay dry out there.
The Caribbean Student Association used this week to give students a taste of Caribbean culture. CSA is on a mission to teach students more about the Caribbean lifestyle. Nightly News reporter Carla Mangual gives us a glimpse of what CSA has done this week.
The Caribbean Student Association wants more students involved with Caribbean culture. Throughout the week, CSA held several events to get students of all backgrounds involved. CSA aligned themselves with Homecoming Week for an increase in student participation. Sabine Joseph, a board member of the Caribbean Student Association, says some events presented students with an opportunity to get a diverse taste for popular dishes in the Caribbean.
Okay, so we had different Caribbean dishes for those who've been to the Caribbean, also those who haven't been to the Caribbean, just so everyone can get a taste of, different Caribbean dishes.
One way of bringing Caribbean culture to UCF is by hosting Carnival. Carnival is one of the biggest celebrations in the Caribbean, a time when soca music is blasting and all people can get together. Soca music is a combination of Afro-Caribbean rhythms of calypso mixed with music of India and dancehall beats. Carnival is a tradition that has survived through hardships, sacrifices, and defiance, and continues to be an important fixture in Caribbean identity and culture. Zori Green, president of CSA, says the biggest misunderstanding of Caribbean culture is the sexualization of the culture.
Onto it, but I feel like a lot of the time, not everybody understands that, our culture. So when they see us whining or when they see us wearing our carnival costumes, they equate that to like sexualizing us. And
Green says she hopes these events and the club can help students better understand Caribbean culture. In Orlando, Carla Menguel, UCF Nightly News.
If you want to take a dive into Caribbean culture, you can follow the Caribbean Student Association on Instagram at CSA_UCF to keep up with more events.
Go ahead.
Ron DeSantis is addressing civics education with a required exam college freshmen must pass to earn bachelor's degrees. A study by the Woodrow Wilson Foundation found only 36% of Americans could pass the U.S. citizenship test. I will tell you more about the exam. As part of Governor Ron DeSantis' focus on civics education, colleges like UCF are now part of the vision. To graduate, current and future freshmen must pass the civics literacy exam that was created in 2018. The test was optional to meet general education requirements. Now, students must take the test and take a U.S. government or U.S. history class. UCF political science professor Aubrey Jewett says it is important to know the basics of U.S. government.
That they come with a deeper understanding of the principles and foundations of American government
To opt out of the exam, students can take AP Government or History and get passing scores to meet the requirement. Land of the free and home of the brave. Of course. Aspiring Knights will have another option to take the exam their senior year of high school. If they pass, they can use their score to meet the requirement. Stephen Gill, a freshman aerospace engineering major, feels the test is unnecessary, but won't affect his wanting to learn more about U.S. history.
It kind of seems a bit tedious having to take another civics test, but in terms of history, personally, I'm into history, so it's not that big a deal.
To pass, students must get 48 out of 80 questions or 60% correct on the test. In Orlando, Okelo, Pena, UCF Knightly News. The rule also affects students who transfer to UCF during this academic year and in years to come. Knightly News will keep you updated on any graduation requirements for any graduating class.
A new report shows that some people in the EDM scene may be underrepresented in comparison to others, but that isn't stopping a fellow Knight from doing what she loves. Nightly News reporter Kirk Churchill got a front row seat at her most recent performance and tells why this could be occurring.
On the wave, I get.
Laura Weiss, also known as DJ Zaluna, spends her time doing what she loves, performing live and DJing electronic dance music. Weiss is a member of Knights of the Turntables, a group that performs for UCF events on campus. And while she says it's great to be a part of the team, being a girl DJ in the music scene can have its challenges.
It can feel lonely sometimes and intimidating, I've definitely caught myself feeling like I'm not good enough or having imposter syndrome and stuff.
A recent report by the International Music Summit found that in 2021, women still only account for 4% of the demand for DJing. This report backs up a long-standing idea that disparities in opportunity exists in the scene in regards to gender.
Now, while disparities may exist in the space, people like UCF's Dr. Michael Armato says that coming together is the solution.
Dr. Michael Armato is a sociologist at UCF, and he explains how we can possibly close the disparity gap.
I think the answer ends up being, kind of collective action. We have to get people to who don't have a seat at the table to kind of work together to change that, to get seats at the table.
Even against the numbers, Laura Weiss still encourages other artists to chase their dreams.
Own your abilities, and you are not any lesser of a DJ, a musician, a person just because you're a female in a largely male industry.
In Orlando, I'm Kirk Churchill, UCF Nightly News.
You can catch the Knights of the Turntables performing at Spirit Splash today and during the tailgate or homecoming game tomorrow. Hey Carla, how's the weather looking ahead of homecoming weekend?
Well guys, it's raining, it's pouring, and hopefully the Knights will be scoring. Today we're looking at light showers and some chilly weather. We're looking at a high of 70 degrees and 100% humidity. We have some cool northeast winds at 8 miles per hour. We're looking at an 80% chance of rain tonight, so you may want to keep those umbrellas handy just in case. As we head into homecoming weekend, temperatures continue to drop. So if you're heading to the game tomorrow, it might be time to bring out those UCF Knights sweaters.
Coming up, find out how the UCF Police Department is trying to prevent suicide among students.
Plus, find out about the new student housing coming near UCF.
UCF police officials say whenever they get a call on suicide, it often comes from the top of a parking garage. The police department put up signs in Libra Garage to help students in need. Nightly News reporter Beatriz Oliveira tells us why UCF PD started this initiative.
UCF Police Department aims to put suicide prevention signs in every garage around campus by the end of the semester. Public Information Officer Amanda Sellers says that the idea was started after body cam footage of UCF Police Chief Carl Menser. The footage is showing a UCF student on the edge of one of the parking garages trying to end their life. Sellers says that the signs are a good first step to help students in need.
You might hear about the police department, you might hear about the counseling center, but then you forget about it. And then you're in crisis a month or so later and you just don't remember that you have those resources available to you. So the signs are a great first step.
This sign right here will be placed in all of the garages by the end of the semester.
Sellers says that UCF PD officers take classes to learn how to talk to someone going through a crisis. UCF student Brianna Dencento says that she goes through highs and lows in life. Dencento says that she has been in a position of where she needed to seek help.
I am glad that they have something like suicide prevention because it's a scary thing, and I don't think people who don't have those thoughts really realize how intense and sad and how extremely upsetting it is.
In Orlando, Beatriz Oliveira, UCF Nightly News.
If you need help, you can contact UCF PD at 407-823-3088.
Candace Smith, an associate professor from Duke University, spoke at UCF on Thursday. Smith's speech was a part of the College of Sciences Distinguished Speaker Series, COS Talks. Smith's work is titled 50 Shades of Deservingness. She says certain groups are considered more deserving than others, and that sways public opinion and policy. She also spoke on how policy differs from state to state and says this topic is what first piqued her interest in political science. The College of Science says they are hosting COS Talks to provide students opportunities to interact with a diverse faculty.
Students can look forward to new housing opportunities that are under construction near campus. Greystar Real Estate Partners is overseeing the development of a new student housing complex to house over 540 students. The property is located on the southwest corner of University Boulevard and North Alafaya Trail, on either side of Collegiate Village. According to a report from Greystar, construction will take place in 2 phases, including 4 5-story buildings with over 350 units. Representatives from Greystar say the project should be completed by the fall of 2023.
Coming up, find out how students are showing their appreciation for healthcare workers.
Plus, find out how the weather could impact the UCF football game on Saturday. Pre-medical students met up on Thursday afternoon to make cards for care. The Pre-Medical American Medical Studies Association hosted an event to make cards for frontline workers. This event targeted endocrinology department for Diabetes Awareness Month. Francesca Allegrini is a volunteer director for the association. She says the event is a great way for them to express, respect, and appreciate frontline workers.
We want to show appreciation and for them to just feel that their community is with them and that we highly respect the work that they do for us.
Holiday music played while students made cards with a holiday theme. Volunteers will distribute the cards over the next few weeks. For more information, visit their website at premedamsa.com.
Students met up on Thursday evening to create inspirational letters while learning about multiple sclerosis. Volunteer UCF Arts and Recreation held an arts and craft event for students to complete service hours. They watched videos provided by a community partner to learn about the MS Society while they crafted inspirational letters. Ioana Papari is the volunteer UCF Arts and Recreation Director. She says it's inspiring to see students channeling their creativity.
And I've been working a lot with MS and just seeing students work on the cards, and students have been making some amazing cards, like truly seeing them put like all their passion toward the cards.
The letters will be given to donors and individuals who work for the MS community to inspire and thank them for their hard work. For more information on future events, visit Volunteer UCF's website at osi.ucf.edu.
Gotta love events like that, Christian, that's for sure. But I almost forgot, we have the homecoming football game this weekend. Carla, is the weather looking good for tailgate?
Well, Okelo, I'm going to be honest with you. We are in for a cold weekend, all right? So we have our highs for...
Carla, slow down.
We have our highs for Tallahassee at 58 degrees, Jacksonville at 63, Tampa at 75, Orlando at 70, and Miami at 79. Now let's take a look at our lows. Our low in Tallahassee is 46 degrees, Jacksonville at 50 degrees, Orlando at 58 degrees, and Tampa at 60, Miami at 69. Now we are having some showers today with a 100% chance of rain, and so that may follow us into the weekend a little bit. So let's take a look at our precipitation. Our chances of rain for Tallahassee is 77%, Jacksonville at 95%, Orlando at 100%, Tampa at 100% as well, and Miami at 80%. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast.
All right, speed it up. Out of frame. Quickly.
On Saturday, we have a high of 62, Sunday is high of 68, Monday is high of 73, Tuesday at a high of 78, and Wednesday a high of 80. As we look at our lower temperatures for the evening times during the 5-day weekend, we have 50, we're in the 50s, and we will have very low chances of rain next week. Okay, Lo and Christian, back to you guys.
Coming up in sports, find out why the UCF's men's football team needs a win this week.
Plus, find out how quarterback Dylan Gabriel could be making a comeback sooner than later.
Welcome back, Knights. I'm Kelly Gilmore, and here is your UCF Sports Update. It's homecoming week, and the UCF football team is looking to make it 3 in a row as they take on the Tulane Green Waves this Saturday. With it being an important week, this game means more to the fans. Nightly News reporter Johan Blanco gives us a quick preview of tomorrow's game.
This Saturday, the UCF Knights will close out homecoming week as they take on the Tulane Green Waves. The Knights are currently on a 2-game winning streak with impressive wins against Memphis and Temple. Head coach Gus Malzahn said that they have a lot of respect for Tulane going into this matchup.
I mean, I'm impressed with them. I mean, against good opponents. I mean, like I said, what stands out to me is they played 4 top 25 teams. And, I don't know. There's, what is the 11th toughest schedule in college football up to this point. And
Tulane comes into the game with 2 main running backs in Tyjae Spears and Cameron Carroll. The 2 players split the carry successfully, with both averaging over 5 yards per carry.
In order to stop the run attack of Tulane, UCF will have to continue their stellar play on defense. Hike!
The Knights had their best performances on defense recently, holding their last 2 opponents to just 7 points. Defensive tackle Ricky Barber said that the defense's confidence level is high.
We're definitely really confident, but we know that we're still hungry and we still have more to do. You know, we're not just hungry, we're greedy, and so we have to understand. We've been playing good, but we haven't arrived yet.
With this being homecoming week, UCF will look to improve to 6-3 to cap off an important week for the university. In Orlando, Johan Blanco, UCF Nightly News.
To support our Knights, the game will be at the Bounce House with a start time of 4 p.m. If you're not able to get a ticket, the game will also be televised on ESPN. Quarterback Dylan Gabriel could be back sooner than expected from his collarbone injury that put him out indefinitely for the season. After various posts on his social media displaying his passing skills, fans are wondering when DG will make his way back onto the field. Gabriel out with a fractured left clavicle since early September when the Knights took on Louisville. Head coach Gus Malzahn says in a press conference that he is looking for more definite updates before knowing when he will lead the offense.
We're definitely hopeful. We'll see what happens, and maybe next week I'll be able to give you a little more specifics on a specific timeline.
Possible comeback for the 2021 season. Nightly News will let you know when he is cleared to take the field for the Knights once again. Sports betting is live in Florida thanks to Seminole Hard Rock Casino.
Go ahead.
The app launched quietly on Monday amid continuing legal challenges to a gambling deal approved by state lawmakers in May. The app allows bettors to bet on games in the state. Valerie Herrera, a freshman public relations major, is all in to bet on sports games with the app and feels it's a great tool for all sports fans.
It's a fun thing to do with your friends and all that, and as long as you're not betting your entire life or a house on it, I don't see a problem with it. It's fun.
The legislators signed off on the agreement known as Compact in a May special session, but it is being challenged in federal court. The new app is expected to bring in billions of dollars in revenue into the state of Florida. From NBA to NFL, it is currently the only place to bet and available to download on iPhone and Android. UCF Soccer and Track Field receives a new addition. Erin Evans, UCF alumni and former Chiefs NFL player, turns a shipping container and track storage unit into a mural capturing the spirit of Knights Nation. Nightly News reporter Alina Haru tells us more.
Erin Evans played offensive tackle and graduated from UCF in 2017. A former NFL player who now pursues art to a more serious degree. So far, Evans has contributed 2 murals to the Bounce House Stadium. Based on his prior contributions, his former teammates are excited to see the final product of his latest piece.
I think the picture looks awesome. It's going to be really dope. It's going to have more fan engagement. And it's just cool to turn something, that's just kind of sitting there, in the background into something cool that people want to interact with.
What was once just a shipping container is now a landscape for the artistic mind of Evans.
I used to play football for the school, and it's neat to be able to come back and share this other side of myself with UCF Nation and for them to be receptive of it.
In addition to the mural, Evans had some former teammates and friends stop by while painting. They spent the afternoon getting creative to benefit a charity event that Jackson is hosting in December. These special pieces will be auctioned. To check out his new mural, come out to the soccer and track field. In Orlando, Alina Haru, UCF Nightly News.
To see UCF's latest mural, take a trip to the soccer and track field. You may witness a great reflection of Knight spirit. That's all the time we have for sports. Christian and Okelo, back to you guys.
And that's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching and have a great day, Knights.